What's up, everybody? It seems like I've rattled a few feathers with the last video that I published. It seems that there is more demand for the AI date concierge and the flirty AI more than I expected. But on a serious note, there are 3 points that we raised quite consistently throughout the comments, which I want to address because actually they raise some really good points that is useful for you to consider if, depending on whatever AI strategy that you have or AI journey that you have. So let's get into it straight away. The first point is when you criticize AI hype, you're not actually criticizing the AI models. They're two very different things. AI models, as I've said before, they've been around for a very long time. A lot of the AI models that you see today aren't new. They've been around for a long time, but we've got the infrastructure that finally allowed us to bring a lot of these amazing models to life and start actually serving businesses, science, etc. in a way that we could never do before, all right? But what AI hype does is basically people try to overhype the capabilities or even make shit up about the capabilities that some of these AI models can't actually do, right? But the issue with this, you might say, well, Tim, what's the big deal? People do this all the time. You're right. But the issue with that is that it obscures the focus on what AI can actually do. So for example, when people go on about all that nonsense that AI can do all these sorts of magical things, but then they completely ignore the fact that, in fact, AI today is being used to fight major disease like cancer. And in fact, DeepMind, they made some amazing AI developments that can transform scientific research forever. And that's because of biomedical scientists. Truly amazing stuff. Yet, for example, when you watched Hassab is the CEO of DeepMind, or XE, I don't know what his position now. When you saw his presentation, it kind of didn't seem major in a sense. There wasn't really enough spotlight or enough attention to the work that DeepMind is doing compared to everything else, which to me, it sounds crazy because this is actually a powerful proof that how powerful AI can be when it comes to truly changing the world of healthcare, science, business, banking, finance. And I've got another video coming up that I'm going to explain how AI has been part of your life for the past 20 years. But the idea that AI can do all these silly things that frankly nobody cares about, yet ignore the fact that you can do some seriously amazing stuff, it really pisses me off actually, because you're basically losing out on real opportunities of AI and you're being distracted by hot air that literally means nothing. So to me, I call this out because it devalues AI. All these hype promises, all these overpromised nonsense devalues AI. Even though AI, in reality, is way more valuable than what these tech bros tend to basically make you believe. So be very open to the idea of criticizing AI hype, right? Tech bros might not like it because effectively they're the ones that are doing it. But the reality is you need to focus on what AI can and cannot do, because that way you can actually then focus more productively on what AI strategy you need to deploy that works for your company and which AI model to choose. So that's one. The second thing, which is kind of related to this, I know we are effectively an AI company, although we are more of an augmented intelligence company. The key difference is that we focus a lot more on the human intelligence integration with machine intelligence rather than just machine intelligence. But nonetheless, we do a lot of AI stuff as well, obviously. Now, when I'm calling out other companies, or indeed I'm calling out anybody else, although I try not to call out specific names, because I don't want people to think, and I think some people might think that we're trying to promote nebulae. I'm not suggesting that you should trust me more than everybody else, or you should trust nebulae more than anyone else. Actually, in fact, I made a point in some of the videos before that you should not trust anybody. Don't trust me. Don't trust nebulae. Don't trust OpenAI. Don't trust anybody. Why? Because there's no regulation. I can literally, and I think I made this point in the last video as well, that I can literally make whatever claim I like and get away with it, right? For example, last week I shared with you the article scoop from Wired that showed OpenAI just disbanded their entire safety team. Despite the fact when you go to their website, they've got some really brilliant, I think, safety content in relation to their AI work. And I think it's a model that other people should follow in terms of how you want to present your safety standards, which is great, right? But they just disbanded the entire safety team. Interesting. Facebook over the years, they were saying that, they take your privacy really, really seriously. They do all of the, safety standards when it comes to the content, to keep children safe, etc., etc. But then data shows the exact opposite. Whistleblowers show the exact opposite. So the point I'm making is that trust or judge the companies and the CEOs based on their actions, not on what they say. So I'm sharing ideas with you. I'm sharing information with you, not because I want to say that, oh yeah, we're better. No, I'm simply sharing ideas with you. Whatever you do with it, it's entirely up to you. And whether you choose us or somebody else, that's entirely up to you. We're not using this channel for selling. I said this before. I'm not selling you anything. I have literally no interest in selling you anything because our customers are major enterprises and government agencies. So yeah, so that's already a completely different world. But I think that it's really important that we share ideas. For example, I share a lot about Nano, not because I'm trying to sell you Nano. Well, Nano is free. There's nothing to sell, right? But we use Nano as an experiment to showcase what responsible AI looks like, but also to fight the narrative that's been perpetrated all over the media that safe AI or ethical AI models are dumber or they don't perform as well as the regular AI. Well, we've got Nano to prove the opposite. And why do you do that? Not because we want you to buy Nano. There's nothing to buy. Like I said, you can use it if you want. It's free. But also to give you really, I suppose, a model that you can then build within your own company or an approach that you can build within your own company. Is to show that it is possible, is to show that you can do it and that you should do it. And there's value in doing it. Why? Because it's about building trust. So, for example, I made a point before that having investors and shareholders actually creates a conflict of interest when it comes to AI ethics. Because basically, I don't know if they don't necessarily care, but if you want to deploy ethical AI, it's more expensive. It takes longer time to deploy. This is something that investors don't want to see. Investors want things that come out into the market quickly and can be sold quickly. So there's a conflict of interest. So what actions did we take? We didn't bring any investors because we want to prioritize ethical AI. Does that make us angels? No, it doesn't. But we're simply putting our money where our mouth is because this is how we build trust. So judge me, judge our company, judge other CEOs, judge other companies on their actions, not what they say. So basically, you can listen to what we have to say here or not. That's entirely up to you. This is not a promotion or anything like that. I'm simply sharing ideas. And the third point, although to be fair, we only had, I think, one comment in all of the videos that kind of made this point, but I've seen this comment, these type of comments actually across YouTube and other social media, which really annoy me actually. And it just shows the problem, in fact. And the comment typically goes along the lines that, oh, this company is just wrapping their technology around existing AI models as if it's a bad thing. My God, this is basically somebody that obviously haven't got a clue or never built a tech company or any kind of tech stack. This is a tip for you, my friends. Tech involves building and assembling components from different technology companies, different manufacturers, so you can package it, sell it, get paid, happy days. This is how AI works. This is how the whole tech world works. I mean, the idea that you have to build your own AI model in order to build some kind of AI capability within your business is ridiculous. This is literally you wasting time and money reinventing the wheel. I mean, do you know how long it takes to build AI models? I mean, it took OpenAI, what, almost 10 years and $300 million to create GPT, right? I mean, Apple right now are rumored to wanting to incorporate GPT and Gemini into the iPhone. So does that mean the iPhone now is bad because Apple did not create their own AI model? What about Copilot from Microsoft that's been around for quite a while and is actually quite successful? It's built on GPT, right? One of my companies, not my companies, the companies that I like actually, I love design and arts, and I'm a big fan of a company called Canva. Again, amazing company. They use GPT. So does that mean that their products and services are crap? I mean, it does make sense. I mean, this is the kind of nonsense. Again, this is the point I'm making. Tech bros that try to kind of really put you off doing things that you really want to do. My friends, if you want AI, there are gazillions of models out there. Incorporate whatever model that you want, because ultimately your customers, and I guarantee you this, your customers do not care what model you use. Certainly the customers that we talk to, right, the companies that we work with, they don't come to us because we built our own model that is better than GPT or better than somebody else. No, they don't care. They do not give a flying crap about whether it's GPT or Claude or your model or somebody else's model. What they care about is whether the model works, it can be integrated into their existing infrastructure, if it's secure, if it's safe for their employees and for their consumers, and if it performs the way they expect it to perform and can be trained on their data. If you tick all these boxes, happy days. That's it. So don't waste time. I mean, unless you've got some kind of AI model that nobody has ever created before, you've got $300 million to spare, right? Do it. Go for it, right? But if you do go for something like that, make sure that there's actually a market for it, because like I said, customers don't care, yeah? Investors probably do, but they actually care more about the intellectual property that you can then probably sell off to Google or Microsoft and make lots of money. Again, that's a strategy. There's nothing wrong with that. I've known quite a few companies that built an intellectual property. They never made any sales, but they sold the technology to one of the big tech companies that make lots of money, and happy days. Right, cool. If you've got an idea like that and you think it could work, go for it. But if we're talking about day-to-day operations in your business, or if you're a new aspiring entrepreneur, you want to create an e-commerce business, or you want to create a marketing agency or something like that, and you don't have any ideas or any technology skills to build your own software or something like that, and you want to incorporate some AI, go for it. Do it. Because why waste time? Why reinvent the wheel? Don't reinvent the wheel. The first rule of tech is not to reinvent the wheel unless it's absolutely necessary, like I've just explained. So I hope this, guys, was helpful. I mean, this is, it's really nice to see all the comments. I mean, please keep it coming, because this actually helps us kind of ideate and come up with new content. I mean, I wasn't planning to make this video, but I thought, you know what, this is actually really interesting points that I really want to highlight that I didn't think about before. So yeah, keep on subscribing, keep on sharing, keep on commenting. Let's keep this debate going. Like I said, there's no right or wrong. It's really about sharing ideas. But ultimately, I'm sure you guys agree with me. We all want AI that is safe, that is responsible, that serves us, and not the other way around. I hope you have got a great day. Peace. Speak to you soon.